Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Hypergamous Journey. I'm doing something a little bit different today. No talk and ride. And when I went to visit my niece in August of this year for her 50th birthday, she had a little contraption and she was just filming at the breakfast counter in her kitchen. And I think there was just like a blank wall behind me. And I'm like, okay, let me see if I can do something a little bit different. This is what I'm using. How does this work? As I'm in the front of me. I'm using this little contraption. You use this, I've used this to display decorative dishes. So you put the dish right here, and then it kind of slants up, or you could use this as to hold a picture frame. So I'm using this little contraption from Dollar Tree for $125 to hold my phone because I don't have the stand that she had. And this seems to be working just fine. And that's my living room back there. I'm sitting at the breakfast counter and voila, easy breezy. So what I wanted to talk about today is I got this little outfit. This is a dress. I got this hooded dress from Temu. I think it was $17, and I was just trying something. I tried to make a dress similar to this. This is an A-line dress. I tried to make a similar dress like this without a, did it have a hood? It didn't have a hood, but it had like those hoodie pockets. This has those hoodie pockets, and I'll do a video on it, but I don't feel like it right now. So what I wanted to talk about is, I have a dating workshop that's coming up November 15th. I'll put the link in the description. But what I want to talk about is this supposed, well, I guess you could say some man-hating. Women don't like men because of the men that they've dated and have run across. And I think we are responsible collectively for the dating environment. And I've said this before, my generation, my mother, who is in her 80s, how she raised me. My mother is like 88, I think, and she'll be 89. So we had her 80th birthday in 2018, 1921, 2, 3, 4, 5. So yes, so she'll be 88 next year in 2026, and I'm 64. So how she raised me was to be strong and independent. So I am this generation, the first generation of, I believe, first wave feminism. First wave feminism. And then if I had had children, then my daughters would be second wave the participants of the second wave of feminism. And because I learned about hypergamy and masculine feminine energy at a later age, in my late 50s, then they would be strong, independent women. And then they would be, if I had my child in her 20s, so they would be in their 30s or 40s, my daughters. And they would be strong and independent women, probably with advanced degrees. I would have taught them they don't need a man. And then I would have grandchildren who might be, late teens, mid to late teens, early 20s. And they would be, my granddaughters would be thinking the same thing. So we're talking about me, my child, my grandchild. So we're talking about 3 generations of Black women thinking that they're strong and independent, and that's the way to be. I used to not like men. They used to annoy me. They used to just annoy me. And I don't have any bad stories of men like really mistreating me. I don't have bad stories. Like any other woman, I have stories of being cheated on and all that, but my stories are very like lightweight compared to some women and what they've been through. And I attribute it to the fact that my tolerance level for mistreatment was very low. I had a very low tolerance level for mistreatment. And through God's grace. So I'm not thinking I'm self-righteous. I'm not self-righteous or better than anyone. I don't know, maybe it was my upbringing where I just learned that. And some people would say, maybe I stayed too long, and I don't wallow in my situations with exes. And now that I'm older and I don't believe in boyfriend-girlfriend relationships, I have a different spin on what happened. It's like, if you are in a boyfriend-girlfriend relationship, it's not a relationship. It's not a relationship because either one of you can do what you want to do in that kind of arrangement. It's an arrangement. It's not even a relationship. It's an arrangement. And if we women change our view of boyfriend, girlfriend, and it's like, as a 64-year-old woman, do I really have a boyfriend or a man friend? Do I really have a boyfriend? I don't have a boyfriend. I have a man who's a friend. And it's a situation. It's like an arrangement. I hate to say situationship because situationship is even less committed than an arrangement or this boyfriend-girlfriend relationship. So a situationship, in the hierarchy of relationships, marriage is at the top because it's legal, and then boyfriend and girlfriend, which is not legal and doesn't mean anything except what the two people make it mean. And we all know women think one way about relationship and men think another about relationship. And then there's situationship, which is way down at the bottom. So it's at the bottom of the hierarchy. Marriage is at the top. Societally, it's at the top. And then in the middle is situationship. And then I have inserted another type of relationship as an arrangement. So instead of calling it boyfriend-girlfriend relationship, I call it an arrangement because we've talked over the terms, what it looks like, and what is and is not acceptable in the arrangement. So when it comes to boyfriend and girlfriend, it's like usually people don't really talk about, well, what's cheating, what's considered cheating. They just kind of make up the things as they go along. So it's under arrangement. So there's marriage, I call arrangement, then there's boyfriend and girlfriend, and then there's situationship. I just created that off the top of my head based on my experiences. And so when you have an arrangement, that's where there's more talking going on and what the arrangement is. So the arrangement is, it's just you and me, we're not dating other people. And if you date another person, then that's considered cheating and probably the end of the arrangement. You may agree that you will only sleep with each other. And if somebody violates that, then the relationship is over. So when it comes to boyfriend and girlfriend relationships, based on my experience, way, way, way in the past, we didn't even talk about that. We just assumed, the women assumed that. And then the men did whatever they wanted to do. And then when we found out, then all hell break loose. And then they say, well, we never talked about it. I didn't know we were like that. And some people don't even have a discussion about the arrangement or the boyfriend-girlfriend relationship. They just kind of fall into it, especially the woman. She just falls into it, which means she just falls into bed. Then she gets attached. Now she wants to put some rules around the thing. Well, it's too late. It's too late for rules. It's over. So let's talk about, putting some rules around our relationships, our marriage. There's certain things that are expected, but you still need to talk about them. And put some rules around arrangements, put some rules around boyfriend-girlfriend relationships, and some rules around situationships. Because I firmly believe that the dating climate is where it is because of us, collectively, us women, letting stuff slide and thinking we don't need men and acting like men, meaning, jumping in and out of bed like men do or tend to do. And then we get mad at men for how we're treated rather than taking responsibility for your behavior and what you allow to happen. And a lot of us are just so desperate for companionships, attention, physical touch, that we will take anything. We will take anything and any kind of treatment. So when I say anything, meaning we'll take any kind of treatment. It's time to love yourself more than you love anyone else, and even your children. Even your children, because some of us have children that take advantage of us in terms of we're, the eternal babysitter. Our children don't appreciate us. We bend over backwards, put ourselves in pretzels, twist ourselves into pretzels to accommodate them and their needs and our grandchildren. And then when our birthday rolls around, we can't even get a happy birthday text, card, gift card. We can't get anything out of them because they forgot our birthday, but we remember theirs. So take care of yourself and start talking about some rules around these different types of, quote, relationships that we have. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye.